Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Scientific Radio of the Unknown. I'm your host. My name is Carson French. You may know me from the TV show Scientific Researchers of the Unknown. And today I'm joined by my guests, Brandon Caleb.
Howdy, y'all.
All right, so today's been a very big week in paranormal, wouldn't you say, Brandon?
Yeah, absolutely, Carson. I mean, this has been, ecstatic in terms of the amount of paranormal findings that have occurred, including occurrences from the hotline.
Yeah,
We gotta.
Scientific Hotline of the Unknown. If you guys haven't heard about this yet, you're going to need to get on this. It's a new phone number we set up that you can actually call and report your findings on. And the number is 916-534-8753.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of reports from there. All types of reports. There's been a lot of Bigfoot sightings this week.
There's definitely been a lot of Bigfoot sightings. We've heard stories about Thunder Brothers. We've heard stories about ghosts. Anything weird, anything inexplicable or just strange.
There's been a lot of Yahoo sightings too. I was talking to a guy who told me that he was actually in the forest with a Yahoo, which,
wow.
If you don't know what a Yahoo is, they're one of the most dangerous types of Bigfoot.
I mean, that just shows you what we're dealing with here. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, no matter what size, what time of day, we'll take it on. We'll be willing to take it on.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me, "Oh, I want to become a paranormal investigator just like you," and I tell them, it's not all bells and whistles. Like,
you really got to put the work in. You got to get the right materials. You got to know how to use them effectively, and you have to gain something for your output. You have to, provide gas, time, money. All the spending.
It's just as serious as any other profession. Like, some people just don't realize. Yeah. Now, I kind of wanted to talk about the equipment that we've been using on these investigations, because I know that there's been a lot of questions about that recently.
Yeah.
So, the one that you see the most is the EVP. I mean the EMF detector, and that's
EMF reader.
Yeah, the EMF reader, and that's what we use to detect the ghosts. They let off electromagnetic frequency. Now, if you don't know what that is, I'll have to Google this one. Electromagnetic frequency, yeah.
Electromagnetic frequency reader. So, ladies and gentlemen, what that means is an EMF reader or an electromagnetic frequency reader reads any sort of electrical force or electrical waves and translates them onto a machine to give us signs of perhaps life, radiation. I mean,
all types of stuff. Yeah,
certain things. Yeah.
Even if there's a extraterrestrial, they're known to get those because they have their vehicles, also known as the flying saucers. They can let off electromagnetic waves. They shoot them down on the people for mind control.
Yeah. I mean, some of these things, they're actually used in other professions too. For example, mind control hypnotism, electromagnetic frequency waves. Yeah, electromagnetic frequency waves are, used in several things. I mean, radio, for example, what we're doing right now. I mean,
this is electromagnetic. Yeah, and what people don't seem to realize is these these iPhones that they carry around. You're basically carrying electromagnetic frequency in your pocket wherever you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it says the EM spectrum, EM radiation spans an enormous range of enormous range of wavelengths and frequencies. So there's that for you.
Yeah. I mean, I really think a lot of you people should invest. A lot of you fellow citizens, well, my fellow, friends, fellows, I really think you all should invest in some sort of
I agree.
Equipment or some sort of technology, because that's really where our society is going. It's going towards, more advanced technology.
Yeah, I mean, and every day I go out there and I see there's like a new iPhone. There's a new computer. Like every day there's like.
Exactly. I mean, I hear stories all the time on the radio. It's like, oh, driverless cars being made by Google, or some major company, or a haunted car sighting. Maybe it's a driverless car that's invisible or something like that. It's like, what is it? Is it like Google basically haunting the world now, or what? I mean, you never know. Yeah. The biggest hauntings may be inside the biggest companies, the people you would least expect.
Yeah. I would have to agree with you on that one. Another thing that's going on right now is the Monster Festival in I want to say I forgot the name of the city.
South Carolina, I believe.
Yeah. And there's been some water monster sightings in Canada.
Wow. All these stories, I mean, these places are extremely sketchy. I mean, but I don't know any place that's none other than Sacramento, which is beyond explanation. It's just.
Yeah, well, I can tell you why. It's because there was we talk about it in the latest episode of Scientific Researchers, The Unknown Spirits of Sacramento. It just came out a few days ago, but there was actually the cholera epidemic of 1850, and it killed a lot of people there. And what they did was they just buried them in a mass grave. There were over 18,000 bodies, and we don't know where they buried them, but all we know is that they're underground Sacramento somewhere, and that is most likely the reason behind all these hauntings.
Yes. I mean, these hauntings is just, it's something just like some strange, compelling force. You don't really have time to like make an action. You're caught staring or gazing at it. But what we need people to do is to have the courage to take action, videotape or, get some form of evidence and send it to us or call the hotline. I mean,
yeah.
This is why we're here. I mean, how often do you hear about somebody becoming the top, a ghost hunter or a paranormal researcher? You don't, because it is such a specific role in our society today. I mean, it plays such a vital role. However, it's not really known widely. It's really more or less taken for granted. I mean, people think of us as just, what do you do? What do you contribute to society? But hey, we're keeping you safe.
Yeah,
You just don't know. You don't know where the danger is coming
Yeah,
from.
a lot of people
That's
tell me, oh, I've never seen a ghost before. How can they be real? And I say, the reason you've never seen a ghost before is because there are people like us out there protecting you from them.
exactly. I mean, there's
Somebody has to do it.
yeah, the Army, the Navy, they would know where the danger is coming from. They're ordered to, go to the danger, or they have specific duties they have to attribute to. But
Yeah.
we don't know where the danger is ourselves. Now that's the difference between us and those people. That's what makes us unique.
Yeah. And that's why we're called the scientific radio of the unknown, because it's unknown. No.
Now I must advise you all to, become a little bit more open-minded about, what you see out there, because this is the 21st century. I mean, you never know what you'll find. I mean, there's still a lot of new species, scientists themselves haven't discovered that are in, the world's oceans. I mean, we've discovered maybe about, like 5% of the world's oceans, 5 to 10%, right? I mean,
yeah, and not even,
yes.
also lakes. Because, I mean, there's a lot of these lake monsters being spotted in Canada. People don't know where they're coming from, but I think that they've been there since the dinosaur age, and they just haven't left.
Exactly. A lot of people, they're so uninformed about these conflicts in our society. I mean,
yeah,
what you may think will be a little kind of a small deal, it could be, contributing to a, global problem, global conflict.
Yeah. Now, moving on to the scientific hotline of the unknown, I had somebody texting me that a report. They said they saw a 6'5" Bigfoot, and it was stomping around in the woods, grunting, and also howling. Now, the key important part here is the howl. There's that makes me think it's a Yahoo, which are in fact one of the most, if not the most, aggressive Bigfoot. And because they climb up the trees and they'll jump down on you, but then also they'll push the tree down over on top of you, crushing you. So you have to be careful, which is hard because they live in the forest where there's trees everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of these things, we don't know where the danger is coming from because it's just not visible by the naked eye.
Yeah.
Or even microscopically, it's not visible. You need special gear. You need to invest in this technology, this this field. You have to be so open-minded and so patient for what comes around. If you're not, I mean, it's just really not gonna work out.
Right.
And you're gonna suffer. I mean, I remember the first time I was becoming a paranormal researcher, and I was, looking for a ghost, in Sacramento, a small park, and I didn't think I'd see anything, but when I saw, things move by themselves, I said, no, it can't be, no.
Yeah, it seems impossible at first.
I thought, no, but, it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's real. I mean, it's real. I'm telling you, it's real.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, please be open to, telling us what's out there. Please be open to.
Yeah, a lot of people are
scared
to admit what they see, but if anything's bothering you, it's a completely anonymous hotline. So if you call in to what's the number? 916-534-8753. It's going to be completely anonymous. Now, we're going to go on and play some of the voicemails we got. This is the first one we have. Here we go. I'm going to play it.
Hey, scientific researchers of the unknown. This is Jillian. I have seen a strange sighting over on Sierra College Boulevard. It is between the areas of Safeway and the Safeway parking lot. It is very strange. Please call me back and I will give you all the details. Thank you.
So, what do you think about that, Brandon?
See, what I think about that is that there's definitely something going on. I mean, I think, there's a possibility it could be a scam. There's always scams in this world. There's always these type of things.
Yeah,
But
there's always going to be those trolls.
However, at the same time,
I think
there's
this one's real though.
it could be real. I mean, when they don't put in details, it's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss. I mean, you can call them back.
Should we call them back right now?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. I mean, because if it's real, I mean, no.
Yeah, we just got to make sure.
Call has been forwarded to an automatic
voicemail
system.
All right, here we're moving on to the next one. This is a Bigfoot sighting that I got. All right.
Hey, I had a Bigfoot sighting. He came to my house, and I saw him out the window. And he followed me from the woods, and he's out there right now, and I'm really scared. Can you guys send over an agent or something? Do you do that? I'm scared. I'm not a gun owner. None of my neighbors are. Please help. Send help by.
All right. See, this is another Bigfoot sighting.
Well, there's some specific details in this Bigfoot sighting that we didn't see in the previous call or message from that witness. So, here, first of all, we're dealing with a Bigfoot. Let's speak the facts. We're dealing with a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And secondly, he saw him out of the window. He was followed by the Bigfoot, and he knows for a fact, the witness knows for a fact, that the Bigfoot's out there right now. And he's really, really scared.
This was sent to me 2 days ago, so we might be a little late on this one.
So the repeating questions, I mean, that just shows you something's going on. That shows you that he needs support ASAP. I mean, can you send an agent or something? You would need support, but do you do that? I mean, now that just shows, that's emphasizing the situation. I mean, that just shows that this is getting scarier and scarier. There's actually a true threat in their vicinity. I mean, this person even said they're not a gun owner. I mean, how many people out there say they're a gun owner or not a gun owner? I mean, just out of question.
Yeah, you can sense the terror.
And then the biggest secret to know it, the biggest detail that I've noticed that shows that something happened during this call, right during this call, is when they said, "None of my neighbors are. Please help somehow my." Basically, they didn't finish their sentence, and they got cut off because something interrupted their call. Someone or something was in their vicinity or in their path while taking the call.
Should we try to call him back?
Let's try to do it.
All right. Hello? Hi, this is Carson French from the Scientific Researchers of the Unknown. I'm joined here by Brandon Kalick, and we're just wondering if we could hear a little bit more about your Bigfoot sighting.
I'm sorry, but I have to turn it down. I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay, we understand. I'm sure it was a very scary situation.
Maybe in a couple weeks, but
okay.
I'll call you
Absolutely.
back if I need to.
Absolutely, sir. If you have any details
Goodbye.
you're willing to give when
Thanks
your
for calling.
mind is ready, just please let us know.
You can tell he was definitely shaken up by that.
You can tell something happened. I mean, there's a traumatic event. If they're still thinking about it, it's definitely a traumatic event. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the next voicemail. I'm gonna play it.
Hello, this is Scientific Research Unknown. I was at my house and I saw a ghost. It was in my room and it ate my wife. This is what she sounds like now. She's dead and I don't know what to do. Please come to my house. I think the ghost is eating me. Please.
This looks like a serious threat. You know, in fact, Carson, since we keep talking about these threats, based on these calls, I think we should make a threat scale on a scale of 1 to 5. For example, a hurricane. A hurricane's like a level, bad hurricanes are a level 5 category hurricane. Should do like a level 5 category investigation or
so like
event.
Make it like a 5 out of 5 skeletons or something. Like, what's a scary thing that we could use as the rating?
Level 5 out of 5 in terms of danger. We're gonna consider the factors of danger, spread, how far it could spread.
Yeah.
The resources involved and like if they have,
All right, I gotta go pee.
Protection.
I'll be right back.
Sure. I mean, you heard me, folks. I mean, guns, protection, resources, these are some vital things that we need to consider when looking at some of these voicemails and some of these phone calls. I mean, the hotline, it deals with a lot of people, daily. So, I mean, it's going to be, busier and busier and busier because there's a lot of people being involved with these investigations.
All right, I'm back.
Anyways.
So,
let's see what they said. It's ate my wife.
I'd say this is a 5. Possibly, I'd say it's a 6.
No, I'd say it's a 4.
No, it's a 6.
No, it's a 4 or 5. Trust me. There's
so we're gonna give it a 6. Next one.
Wait, you can't give it a 6 though, because there's it's only at a 5.
So this is the next voicemail.
How about this? Why don't we give it no rating and we'll just investigate it later? But
I'm playing the next voicemail right now.
Signs of repetition show struggle and fear and desperation.
Whoa. It sounds like a spirit trying to communicate with us.
Sounds like some holy essence or some... Sounds like something bad or dangerous. I mean, it sounds like some demonic force from,
That's interesting. It's like
the Christian or pagan world. I mean,
it's like the ghosts are they know about the hotline somehow, and they called it. Like the ghosts are trying to say, "Oh, we know about you. We know what you're doing." They're trying to counter our moves.
Yeah.
Should we try to call it back?
Let's do it.
You have reached the voicemail box.
It's a voicemail. Dang. All right, so we gotta start wrapping this one up. Would we consider that a report? Like, would we give that a danger rating?
Let's give it right now 3, because we know.
I'd say it's more of like a 5.
I'd say honestly. You know what? No, I'd agree. I'd say it's about a 5 also, actually.
Good.
You know what? I was thinking it's about a 3 because, there's no person involved, but that just makes it more dangerous. So why not a 5? Exactly. I mean, there's no person involved. I mean, you hear some holy demonic essence behind that call. I mean, there's clearly the person has been taken over, or, just been, been strapped or.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we gotta wrap it up now. Thank you for tuning into the first episode. Right now we're ad free, but if there's any companies that would like to advertise on our podcast, we would love for that to happen. Next episode, we're going to be interviewing Mark Sargent from the Flat Earth Society. You may know him from the Netflix documentary Behind the Curve. And I have to go, so thank you.